video a little bit earlier on the idea of getting weight moving. And so we're going to interact with the stick, the kettlebell, and the training bag. I want to use this as a training tool, not that I walk around with one of these or a sword per se, but I want to use it as a training aid to sort of check myself and how I'm viewing this and how I'm planning on working. So I'm going to put this on, go ahead and grab this, and I'm going to use tension, you're going to use counter tension, and we're going to go for this work against maximum tension. Okay, good. Don't let me take you down. Okay. We're both using the floor. There's an arc of force and tension. I understand this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swing the kettlebell from underneath him. There's actually, if you will, can you put this here, hold it up. What I'm doing is I am taking my hips and throwing them over his hips. But it looks like I'm using this. I'm really not. You're pretty solid. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the momentum of my body, which is pretty big value, and I'm taking this up and over, and I'm handing you the kettlebell from underneath. The temptation is to push here. There's the arc. There's his strength, his tendons, everything else. I prefer to uproot him from underneath. So I'm going to swing the kettlebell. I want you to pay more attention to the footwork than the arms. Very relaxed. You can start off by, without any hands, if you want to practice this, and place it very, very lightly. Give them the sensation that this is moving. And I practice this. I practice this. At some point, I shift the weight of my hips past his hip, and I let my arms relax. Notice. Now this is going to be a little more violent, so make sure you can get him. I'm going to add a little bit of turn and a little bit of torque as I make contact. Not much. And I get a nice, classic looking throw out of this. That's not how things generally develop. There's a struggle. He hooks up with me, I hook up with him, and there's a tendency to push him. I go, no, I keep relaxed, and I give him a little push at the end because I've already moved him. So this is how we practice in here. These are from sword movement, sword cutting. The arms are relaxed, the hips are rotating, the weight, if you will, all my arm, of the blade, everything is just working against him. I'm not hacking at him. So this is a great way to practice this. Another way to practice this is we're sort of hip to hip. Okay, and we both start building tension. Okay. And I go, well, that seems like an impasse. I can't get there. So it's a little lower, so I stay relaxed, and I bring the kettlebell just underneath his hips, and then I drop again. So I'm, if you will, swinging this imaginary kettlebell like this from underneath, like that. That uproots him. Hold on to it. That uproots him. That's enough weight to take him past his heels and move him. So he joins me, and I just throw the hips. There can be a little, we work on these little curves and stuff, but you just play around. Where does it matter in the modern round? Well, here. He locks me up. Now there's a tendency again to push-pull. So what I'm going to do is, without using this other arm, which I could easily do, is I'm going to reposition myself and shift my hips. Notice the firearm is locked into place by his tension. Wherever he wants to put it, I don't care. Oh, I move my hips. And it looks pathetically fake. I get it. What's interesting is I still have this weight. I just shift, I give him a kettlebell up here. He gets a little bit of weight here from my hips. I form another kettlebell here and I put him down. And he doesn't want to hold on because his priority changes from grabbing to, hey, the concrete, the asphalt, the wall, the furniture is coming up. As we did in the pistol, he locks in tight. I just move myself close. I create a very heavy kettlebell up here. and I swing it over his back. My arm again weighs about, I don't know, 12 pounds or so. So I go, this is more, but I just go, that's the idea. The idea is I create a weight that is moving over his neck and his shoulder. And I'm doing that just with the arm. When I combine summation of forces, my leg, my hip, the weight of my arm, the weight of this, the weight of that, and it all goes down, he lets go. Even if he doesn't, he's holding on to it. This is what he's faced with. He's facing a stomp from hell and or getting shot. But maybe it's somebody I don't want to shoot. Female, somebody I know, somebody who's drunk, a guy that I know I don't have to worry about too much. It's not really a shoot. Gets excited, grabs my firearm, and I just shift my weight to his hips, and I go, don't do that. I am not in a push-pull war with this guy to fight. I have many, many options if I just calm down. You know, I'm going to take the weight of this kettlebell. I swung the kettlebell through his inner thigh. I'm hitting him. I call this the button. This right here is a great place to make contact. I am not trying to break his knee. I'm not trying to sweep him. I am just, hold on to that, I'm just swinging the kettlebell through that spot. And of course I don't want to go minus. It's like, it looks stupid, but you try to take a kettlebell through there. Put your feet out. Yeah. Okay. So I just need to make sure I have sufficient weight, enough weight, and enough momentum. Even that, we've been doing this for hours, so relaxed. I mean, so I put the kettlebell here, and I go. Rear triangulation through the humerus, weight shift, and my hip hook is on his heels, and I drop it. And don't give this to me, please. I'm going to push now. Don't give it to me, because I just want to make sure. Don't get, hold tight, hold tight. Move the muzzle away from yourself. You don't want this. See, and I fight, okay? He comes to me, and I just go, oh, there's a lot of weight, huh, guy? A lot of weight. You didn't see it as a kettlebell because it's not in front of you. But I can move weights around him. There's all the kettlebell on here. It's all here. You go slow. Again, you're going to land on my knee. Bang. That's a bad thing. We talked about that with the rifle and with the pistol. There he is. He's mine. And I go, do very bad things to him. And then back up. Notice I'm not doing a lot of stuff with the rifle. I can move this and shift it through his weight. It's the same thing. It's just a kettlebell over here and a spear going into him. Many of you know Tony Blauer. He does a spearing movement. But for me, it's a reach and a drop away. And this would happen very violently, very quickly. When I hit him, can you get your head up so I can put in the face? It's not this. It's heavy kettlebells hitting you. This would be in the top of the nose, the clavicle, the throat, the groin. I'm going to put another weight on there. So just the idea of weight transfer properly applied is huge. Agreed?
Yes.
It's nutty how much weight can all of a sudden be applied to you, but without tension.
And it comes out of nowhere.
It comes out of nowhere because you're not feeling it. Right? I just want to make sure you're not giving this to me, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. But that's important. We're not fooling ourselves. Is this in fact taking him anywhere? On the move, I get him out a little bit. This is great. Now I sort of think about this kettlebell forming over here, and I drag it over to here. It's not even that sophisticated. But when I do relaxation, I go heavy kettlebell. All of a sudden, I have a very viable way of working. Just going to freestyle again. Heavy. We did this with a pistol. There it is. Go. Heavy weight of transfer. You see my hand, but I'm not pushing with my hand. You're getting hit with your hips. My hips, excuse me. Heavy. That's enough to get things started. My direction. And I get to go do my work. In professional work, I don't want to be wrestling with this guy and somebody else is going to engage me and I have no ability to deal with him. So it's important that I know how to put him down relatively quickly and move, and not get all freaked out because I see a set of hands coming over. Like, yeah, okay. See, my job as a shooter is to remain being a shooter. Yeah, this is great. Look, no, calm down. Heavy. This is back to the staff. Remember it came up like this? Yeah, this was the staff. Okay? Up and over. Up and over. Up and over. Up and over with a weight transfer. Take him out, transfer the weight. Let him get close. Hip transfer. Kettlebell coming over. I hope that helps you maybe see it from a different angle. Get yourself a kettlebell and start showing people that, yeah, this kind of stuff is really powerful. These kinds of movements are really powerful. And you illustrate, man, I'm not really pushing with my arms. I'm just controlling where this weight is going. And he happens to want the connection point. And I go, yeah. Might be a good idea to train with a kettlebell. So you just bend it down. Notice I'm not pushing them arms. I'm just letting the weight go down. Heavy on entry. I don't have to retreat. Heavy down with my hips. Look at the kettlebell right there. Throw his head, his arm down. It formed as a weight right here. I got 2 kettlebells. They're down. Not working against you. Right. Again, thanks.